2일차. 날이 밝았구만. 그래, 이렇게 밝을 때 움직여야지. 그래 보이네.
I just about given up on you ever waking up. Sleep well?
I dreamed of Betty. She was in the garden, and she called for me.
How about you, Lissy dearest? Oh, you know me, old fruit, wide awake at first light.
The Fretlands didn't come home, did they?
They did not. There's no sign of anyone. Aside from last night's Mistwalker.
I've been thinking about that.
그림자였을까?
It was dark. Maybe I just saw a shadow.
Chasing a shadow? That's very unlike you, old boy. Usually you scurry off in the opposite direction.
I didn't get a good look. I'm not even sure there was anyone there.
Well, there
염소
must be
아니었어?
someone here. And I'm not talking about ghosts. Or goats. What was it you said yesterday? Maybe they're peeking at us through the windows.
I'll take a
그
gander.
석상이었고.
The Fretlands will be home soon. And Betty's here. I know it.
와, 근데 되게
You say
좋다.
so, teddy bear. Have you had your noodle juice yet?
I'm not rummaging through their cupboards.
You'll be a pill without your tea and toast, old bean. We need to get you sorted.
I'm not hungry. First point on the agenda. Find the natives.
A mission! Hot dog! I'll scout ahead. I'll meet you down by those houses.
Let's uncover your secrets, Glovik.
뭐야? 그래픽? (1924년 8월 4일) 하든 씨에게. 이거 처음 그 편지잖아. 아직 다음 페이지가 없네요. J를 누르면 일지를 볼 수 있고요. 와, 근데 그래픽 진짜 끝내주는데요? 와, 너무 예쁘다.
Up here, Teddy. It's such a beautiful day. You could
언제
bottle and
올라갔냐?
sell this air in Boston. It's frankly medicinal.
추락.
Careful you don't fall.
You suck the fun out of everything, old boy.
We're far from any doctor. I don't want you to hurt yourself.
That's not very likely, is it?
Thought you were scouting ahead.
What do you think I'm doing? Vantage point, like on a pirate ship. I can probably see our house in Hanover from here.
Did you check those buildings?
Knocking on doors isn't a scout's job, old bean.
There must be someone around.
Only one way to find out, old sport. Did you check all the houses?
집들을 다 털어보란 얘기네. 상호작용을 할 수 있네요, 이제.
Hello? Anyone here?
Why? No one home?
깜짝아, 사람 있는 줄 알아. 여기.
Hello? Who's there? Hello? Anyone home?
뭐야?
September 21st, 1923. Vi desperate. Lissy, found something here. Escalated from words to
뭐야?
stones. Blood has been spilled. The curse haunts us all. There is no hope left in Guds forlatte. Good. God. Right. In this godforsaken place. The death of the Jiminy, death of the children was the end of Grovik.
다 죽은 거야, 여기 있는 사람들?
Departed with them. You should see this, Lizzie. The letter just trails off. Was never sent.
그냥 혼자 적은 거 아니야? 그런 거 많잖아. 저기서 뭐해?
Did you see this door closing?
It was just the wind, teddy bear. You're as skittish as a pussycat. There's one more house. Third time's the charm.
Anyone home?
3 strikes, you're out.
I don't think anyone's been home for a while.
다 죽은 거 같은데 방금 그 내용으로 봐.
On one of the doors. And there was a letter. It sounded foreboding.
Well, you were wrong. The villagers are not indoors.
베티 그놈의 베티 얘기 그만하고
I saw
더
some
찾아보자.
sheds down by the water. There's the general store, church.
In other words, time for some sightseeing? Have nothing better to do.
What on earth are you doing?
Handstands, Teddy. My record is 2 minutes. I'm working on 3. Just go on ahead. I'll catch up.
얘는 뭐지? 그냥 가끔은 이런 게임도 좋은 것 같아요. 왜 이상하게 좀 뾰족하다? 약간 추추찰스에서나 나올 법한 그런 비주얼인데? 약간 좀 스피디하게 컨트롤하는 그런 게임은 보통 이제 킬링 타임용으로 많이 나와서 가끔 이렇게 좀 천천히 둘러다보는 이런 게임도 좋은 것 같아요. 물론 그 둘을 다 만족시키는 이텍2 같은 게임을 가장 좋아하긴 하는데 적당히 게임 난이도 어렵지 않게 힐링도 되면서 뭐야? 그니까 얘잖아, 이 새끼잖아 방금 어제. 아무튼 적당히 힐링도 되면서
Memorial service.
게임도 스피디하게 빨리 조작해서
Commemoration
즐길
of
수
the
있는.
accident at the mine this past summer. No services after that.
All these graves.
언제 왔냐 너?
It's a cemetery.
야 니가 제일 공포다 야.
These are recent burials.
그러니까 최근에 다 죽은 거 같다니까?
You're right.
Do you think this is where
뭐 때문에
where
죽은지
everyone's
모르겠지.
gone?
그럴
How many
수도.
graves are there?
Not enough, I guess. How many people lived here?
I'm not sure. Also, someone must have buried them.
There's that.
Something did happen. Several people died in a short period of time.
How? An accident? A mass murder? Spanish flu?
I wouldn't want to speculate until I've learned more.
I can speculate for the both of us.
Well, Betty's not here. I'm gonna keep looking.
What about the church?
Why would they board up a
What does that say?
God is not here?
So much for that. No wedding, no baptism, no funeral.
There must be people somewhere. Where are you going?
For constitutional. To breathe some of this salty sea air.
저쪽에도 집이 좀 있는데?
You go on ahead. I'll find you.
그러니까 저쪽에도 집이 좀 있어. 아 저기가 내가 갔던 곳인가? 나 이렇게 멀리 왔어? 오늘 어디로 가볼까요? 더 갈 곳이 있기는 해? 이 끝인 것 같은데 마을이 좀 그렇게 크지 않아서. 여기로 가면은 그 저택 나올 거 아니야. 우리가 처음 있던 곳. 어? 저거 뭐 동굴이냐? 아닌데? 되게 특이하게 생겼네요. 여기 저택을 더 자세하게 둘러볼 필요도 있을 것 같은데 내가 보기엔. 아, 여기 저택 보여준 거구나, 그쪽에서. 상호작용할 수 있는 게 없고.
Alice?
Up at the church.
그러니까 쟤는 저기 있으니까 먼저 가보라고 했잖아. 어디로 가야 되냐?
Where are you, Lissy?
I'm up at the church, Teddy.
그리기? 그리기가 아니라 뭘 그린다는 거야? 아, 갑자기 뜬금없이 그림도 그리고 그러는군요. 뭐, 저기 문 있는데? 염소가 왜 이렇게 많아? 이제 갈 곳이 없어. 리지? 갈 곳이 없는데? 돌은 뭐 이렇게 세워져 있냐? 거의 인위적으로 세워놓은 것처럼. 저기 밑에 있는 집도 가보면은 아예 갈 곳 없거든요, 이제? 없는 건 아니지. 근데 못 가게 해놨잖아.
How about we don't go back to Hanover and stay here instead?
진짜 아니야.
And how would I survive?
Hunt, harvest, forage. People have survived here for centuries. Why can't we?
I wouldn't even know where to begin.
I could learn. I'd start with goats. Goats can be eaten and milked. Probably not in that order.
Fretland and Son.
How do you figure?
It's on the sign above the entrance. And on this photograph. Frederick and Simon.
Frederick, Fretland, and son.
Johann's
Aye.
brother, nephew.
The Fretlands have their fingers in all the pies, including the only store in town.
Also the post office and telegraph. There may be something that'll lead us to Betty in there.
문은 잠겨
Or at least
있고.
Applesauce.
why lock any doors? I can't imagine they have a problem with punks and hoodlums.
The sign says they're closed, but I thought maybe. Hello? They had a memorial service for the accident in the mine
이거 저기도
on July 24th in the village church.
전
The
연락서.
ferry route is no longer operating.
Rats!
Mrs. Fretland already informed me in her letter.
I know. Still warrants a resounding rats.
I wonder why it stopped running.
Look around. How many people live here? 20? 30? That can't be enough for a ferry route.
Things got quieter after the mine closed down.
They need to move on and find something else to put their village on the map. Tobacco farming, maybe.
추가되는데 전신 반려죠.
It
아,
must have been so isolated, with no easy way in or out.
Aren't there boats?
You saw how much work it was to cross the fjord. And if the weather's bad,
It can't be healthy, being so isolated. Cooped up inside, reading the collected works.
yeah, all right, I get
This
it.
village is basically Utah.
I said all right.
전신.
The telegraph is out of order.
Well, there goes my plan. NOSOS.
This was 2 years ago, but the notice is still up.
How can it take 2 years to get something like that fixed?
If they couldn't afford it, or couldn't get anyone to come fix it.
Well, this place really is off the map. Here be dragons.
Draugen이라는 게
Dragons,
대체
I
뭔데?
guess.
The ferry would have made the trip here much easier.
And you wouldn't have had to pay that farmer a fortune to rent his boat.
I had no choice.
We should keep his boat. If it comes back. Bring it with us to Hanover.
Do what with it exactly?
I don't know. Throw parsley in it? Use it in the pond? Forget it, stupid idea.
저기 밑에부터 가자.
There's no damage to the rope.
I don't know what that means.
Nobody cut it. I guess the knot could have unraveled on its own.
Didn't you say you used a sailor's knot?
I'm a scholar, not a fisherman.
So who took our boat?
There must be a logical explanation. It's safe to say no ghost in the night stole our boat.
If you say so. But then who were you chasing after last night? A shadow?
I don't know. It was probably all in my head.
그 얘기. 약간 도전 과제 같은데 그리기는 스킵할 수 있고.
Betty would have taken plenty of constitutionals here. She loves the outdoors.
How so? She's a city girl.
I'm sure she gets tired of Manhattan. And when she was little, she loved playing in the garden back in Hanover, especially around the pond.
Are you alright?
I just miss her.
다른 데 좀 찾아보자고. 여기서 더 볼 게 있어? 없잖아. 봤던 거잖아.
A boat!
보트?
Teddy! Hot dog! This is our ticket out of here!
Not without Betty.
썩은 부분.
Besides, the woods rotted through. This boat isn't seaworthy. It's curious. The state of the boats. It's like they stopped taking care of them.
Seems short-sighted. How would they fish? Or get anywhere at all? What's this?
Remnants of the mining operation.
What, mine?
Remember, I told you yesterday. There was a mine here, but it closed down 20 years ago.
I know, Edward. I was just checking for a sense of humor. Still nowhere to be found.
안 뜨지? 떴다.
Tilminna Om.
추모비?
That's a memorial. 3 men died when the mine collapsed in 1902. Georg Hatlestad, Niels Framberg, Arne Fretland.
See, this is what working a regular job. Did you say Fretland?
The younger brother who was mentioned in the article.
아르네.
He was just 19.
How long had he been working in the mine? That's too young for a dirty job like digging into rock.
We're in the real world, Lissy. Most teeners don't have the luxury to idle away their days with games and witty repartee.
Ouch.
The newspaper said the accident forced the mine to shut down.
What does any of this have to do with us?
I still
마이크가 꺼져 있는지 확인 좀 했습니다.
don't know why Elizabeth came here,
And you think it has something to do with this mine?
or with what it did to the village. Maybe.
What did
광산.
they use this for?
Bringing the ore down from the mine before it was
여기로 가면 광산으로 갈 수 있는 거겠네?
Diamonds? Gold? Or just boring old silver?
iron
Or what?
rock, which contains iron
I know.
deposits. That
Okay, Edward. I don't understand why they just leave this here. Like an altar to adversity.
rustic superstition. Perhaps they believed it'd attract bad luck if they moved it.
Where do these tracks lead?
To the mine. Where else would they go?
I don't know. A castle up in the mountains where the frost giants live. And this is how they receive their monthly offering of meat from the villagers. Goat, I hope.
철로를 따라가면 좋을 것 같은데요? 왜 여기 오니까 저장되냐? 그럼 따라가 보자. 여기서 끊기네.
No trespassing for
배신자 무단 진입 금지?
Want to jump the gate and explore what's on the other side? What do you say?
The sign says no trespassing for a reason.
Come on! There may be trolls, or at least more houses. Where's your sense of adventure, old sport? Don't you
나도
want to see
솔직히
where
가보고
these tracks
싶은데.
go?
They lead to the old mine, and no. I've had enough adventure on this side of the fence. Besides, they wrote no
아니
trespassing.
지금 아무도 없는데 무단 진입 금지가 너무 꽉 막혔는데?
War to there. I'll wager 1,000 clams you'll jump this gate at some point, if you believe Betty's on the other side.
Frederick Fretland. Who are these traitors he refers to?
What now? We've looked everywhere.
There really doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Maybe we missed something. An important clue. How about the general store? We haven't been inside yet.
잠겨 있었잖아.
Worth another look, I guess.
자파점에 따로 있었어?
What if everyone turned into a pebble? And they can't speak, but they see and feel everything that happens to them.
진행이 안 된 건가? 아니 갈 길이나 가자. 대체 이 마을에 무슨 일이 일어나고 있는지 한번 봅시다. 뭐야?
Is that?
어?
Come here.
걔가 쓰고 있던 거 아니야?
It's Betty's hat. She was
왜
here.
여기 있어?
She could still be in there. Betty? Betty!
Are you sure, Edward? I mean, it's just a hat. Is it even a hat? I'm
I
not
know
sure.
my sister's hat, Lissy. I have to get inside.
What about the breaking and entering part?
I could care less what they call it.
차 발로. 어떻게 들어가게? 여기 열게? 안 되는데?
I need to get inside. Betty's in there.
Perhaps there's a back door or an open window.
그냥 차면 안 되나? 여기 열렸다.
An open window.
You seem eager to break the law. I approve.
왜 안 열려? 뭐 고정이라도 시켜놨나?
Don't be a milquetoast.
Well, it's stuck.
Attaboy, Teddy. You can do this.
세게 당기기.
I can't believe I'm actually breaking. Whoops, Daisy.
Oh my, Teddy. You're such a sap.
아휴. 야 일어나.
Edward Charles Hart. Intent. World traveler. Cat burglar.
A cat burglar would, by definition, enter a building on a higher
Jeez.
floor.
The state of this place.
Oh, Betty.
Edward.
I hope you weren't here. when-
뭐야?
Is this blood?
Not necessarily human blood.
Well, that's alright then. What does it say? Barn murder? Someone murdered a barn?
아예 그냥 잠가놨네. 대체 뭐 폭동이라도 있었어?
Barn means child, and mortar, that's...
Child murder. Edward, murdered a child?
Someone
그러니까
thought so.
거기서도 애들이 죽었을 때 여기다 종말이 다가왔다는 얘기도 있었잖아.
I'm not sure how I feel about being in here.
Don't be ridiculous. We're all alone. What else do you suggest we do?
Damnation. The hat's in here.
Damage.
Calm down, old boy.
진짜.
Anyway, how's
여기
the hat
열리겠지?
going to help us?
Who knows what else is in here?
열려.
Clues.
열려야 돼.
Okay. Everything's Jake.
나도
We
너무
made it into
답답하거든.
the store. I'm sure we'll
이발소
find
없어.
How long have they been piling up?
I received Mrs. Fretland's letter in June, and they received my letter from July.
A couple of months. Perhaps the world forgot about Grovik.
전신.
Why hasn't it been fixed?
Perhaps there wasn't much demand for
뭐야
it.
깜짝.
S-O-S.
뭐야 이건?
Oh boy. If only this thing worked. We could order a boat to come get us. Or even, What are you doing?
Looking for keys.
Your life of crime continues.
쪽지.
There's a note.
Is it written in Viking runes? What does it say?
It's from Simon. Casa. I don't know what that word means. Yai put it means I put. Nurkel is key.
He put the
Ca-
key in the casa?
Casa.
캐사가 뭐야
Check
캐사.
my dictionary. The note's addressed to his father.
So the key was moved. But where to?
Somewhere safer. Or more convenient.
Can we really trust your translations? You only started studying a month ago.
한 달밖에 안 되는데 이 정도면은
And I had a lot of free time on the ocean voyage.
Come on, how
괜찮은
much
거
could you
아니야?
possibly pick up in a few months?
You know my mind. It's a sponge.
그 머리가 좋은가 보네요. 나와는 다르게 해제하고 열어. 열쇠가 어디 있는지 봐야 되는데 여기 찍혔냐 반이?
It's the same photograph as in the
Johan's
farmhouse, but
gone. At least, I assume he's the one who's been snip.
Frederick clearly did not want anything to do with his twin brother.
열쇠는 어디 있을까? 열쇠.
Casa.
So
Oh,
that's what it
여기다.
means. Cash register.
근데
You're a genuine gangster now, old fruit. Don't worry. If you get busted, I'll come visit you in the big house. Wasn't there supposed to be a key?
Here it is.
현금은 의미가 있어요 여기서 지금. 자 이제 가보자. 모자
It is her
획득하기.
hat.
Teddy, I'm not
Betty
sure
was
that's...
here, and not long ago.
Okay, but if that is her hat, what's it doing in a locked storeroom?
Another breadcrumb.
That's not an answer.
I know for sure she was here. That's what matters.
You know best, Edward. So, what now? If this is a breadcrumb,
쪽지는 뭐야?
where's the next one?
There must be a reason her hat's in this room.
이 방에 한 번 들어왔다는
What's
거잖아.
that?
A handwritten note.
I'm not blind. What does it say, you silly goose?
It's hard to read. I'm not sure my translation will be. Johann, you... Nectar. Refuse. You refuse to speak to me, so I write this letter instead. It's from Frederick Fretland to his brother. Simon did not... Bloody hell. Simon did not murder your Ruth. He was fond of his cousin.
Ruth. Ruth is the daughter of Anna and Johann, which means the little girl in the photograph at the farmhouse. Oh, Edward. The Fretland girl was murdered. This is simply awful.
Simon was working at the farm while I tended to the store. I would have seen him had he passed on the way up to the cliffs.
They thought Simon killed Ruth. His own cousin.
Ruth was... what's that word? Playing. Ruth was always playing on the rocks below the church. She must have fallen by accident. The note ends there. Frederick never finished it. And Johann never read it. Not that it would have made a difference. If Johann
The
thought...
mob showed up for Simon. His father would have tried to protect him.
September 17th. You would have been here, Betty.
Rocks below the church. Isn't the church right above
왜
us?
미...
Edward, come look at this. That's the cliff. Right there. The one in the note? I bet you 1,000,000 clams.
Where?
See for yourself.
I guess that could be where...
Let's check it out.
No, Lissy, wait.
왜? 가보자. 지금 뭐 업자 여기서 살 거야?
This way. I found it, Teddy. The cliff. I'm standing right below it.
What are you doing? This doesn't concern
A
us.
little girl died. We're staying in her home, for God's sake. Are you completely without heart? Get yourself up here, Edward Harton, right this minute. Come on, it's an easy climb.
This looks very dangerous.
Oh, you're a big boy. Start acting like it. It's not mountain.
Whoopsie-daisy.
주인공이 나이가 꽤 많나 보네요. 조금 늙어 보이긴 했어.
What is this?
Where little Ruth died.
You're being morbid. And this is a distraction. I'm here for Betty, not because some girl
Edward.
got herself...
You insensitive brute. You're like the Tin Woodman, no heart. You know, you've grown cold and mean in that horrid study of yours. With only books and bugs to keep you company for years and years and
그
years.
끔찍한
There
연구.
are other people in this world, you know. It's not all about you. You're going to do this. If not for Ruth, then for us.
그러니까 누가 봐도 연관이 있잖아.
Together.
이런 거라도 알아야 찾을 수가 있는 거야. 꽃.
That's been here a while.
Didn't you say it happened over a month ago?
You'd think her family would have replaced it.
Is that blood?
The girl could have hit her head on that rock. There would have been
그런데
plenty of
피가
blood.
있네.
That's awful. I think there's something behind it.
Something struck this bush. She must have landed on it.
위에서 떨어진 거 아니야?
On her way down.
That's ghastly, Edward.
근데 왜지? 밀쳤다거나. 안에 뭐가 있네요? 옷? 뭐지? 팔이 있는데? 시체인가? 인형? 인형 같은데?
It must be Ruth's.
Where's the head?
Maybe the killer also decapitates dolls.
Hold on. This pin. This is old. Very old. Looks like something from the Viking era.
We are in the land of Vikings.
This could be 1,000 years old. It does not belong in a child's doll.
Who cares? Ruth is dead and you're obsessing about a rusty old pin? Let's go further out. Maybe we'll find more clues. Come on, old sport. It's not far.
Can you wait just 1 minute so that I can catch my breath? Do you follow the same path, Betty? Or am I just stumbling through darkness?
You can see clear beyond the edge of the world.
One
Oh,
second.
Teddy Bear. We need to take you out walking more often.
So, the girl fell from up here.
Was pushed, you mean? Can you see where she fell? Seeing as you're so concerned about me falling out of trees, I wouldn't want to risk falling off a cliff.
Cute.
If she
튀어나온
fell head first on that rock, she'd have died instantly.
Edward, honestly.
You wanted to learn more. This is you learning more. She hit her head and fell into the bush where I found her doll. Happy now, Alice?
I'm not. What was she doing up here in the first place?
Playing? She was a child. Children play in dangerous places.
There must be more to it. Let's find out where this path leads.
No, absolutely not. I don't have time for this nonsense. I'm running out of daylight. Betty's still...
아, 인공아, 답답하다. 이런 거라도 좀 해야, 어?
Slow down.
이런 정말 사소한 단서라도 잡아서 연관이 있을 수도 있는 거잖아. 지금 베티에 대한 확실한 증거가 없는데 지금 계속 베티만 주구장창 찾고 있어봐야 되는 게 없. 저기 그 사진에 나온 애 아니야?
Killed themselves?
It's one body. Let's not jump to conclusions.
What about those fresh graves at the
뭐야?
church?
시는 어쩌고 써 있는 것 같은데?
Did everyone just die?
자살한 건가?
Necessarily connected.
Oh, come on. This is just What does that say?
God forgive me.
시니어
Don't
용서
suicides go to hell? Isn't that what your father said when
Stop.
your mother drowned
Don't.
herself? Sorry. Do you
루스,
think
얘가
this has something to
루스인가?
do with Ruth? Maybe she came across the hanged man before she died, and it scared her. So she ran, and
This happened later.
there's some consolation in that, I guess. Maybe it's the killer. The guilt ate him up, and he offed himself.
That's just speculation with no basis in fact.
Who was he? One of the Fretlanders?
It's not Johann or Frederick. And he's too old to be Simon. There's nothing more to do here. I'm going back. Let the poor soul rest in peace.
Does it look like he's resting in peace? You're just going to leave him hanging? You're an insensitive brute.
I'm here for Betty. It's tragic, but really none of my concern.
Betty, always just Betty. You don't care about anyone else. Look at me when I'm talking to you. Look at me when I'm talking to you.
아이씨, 뭐.
What if that was me up there? Would you care then? All you do is obsess over a scarf and a hat and ugh.
It's all I have of Betty.
Betty, there she is again. Edward, the hanged man, he's someone. No matter what he did or didn't do, he deserves respect. Would you please just do this one decent deed? If not for me, then for yourself. Or for your Betty. What are you doing? You can't just pull him down by his legs. Try loosening the noose.
I can't reach that far.
의자가 있자. 불기.
I'm going to be sick. I can't do this.
Yes, you can. Teddy. Edward. I know you can. You've been
대체
through much worse.
무슨 일을 겪었길래?
Where are the Fretlands, Edward?
It's been 2 days. If they're not back tonight...
They're not coming back.
Perhaps they left after their daughter died.
Was murdered, you mean? Isn't that what we think happened?
살인.
She was probably murdered.
And you think Simon did it?
Your guess is as good as mine. It could have been an accident.
You're really not helping.
Can we talk about this tomorrow? I'm sorry.
You're exhausted.
I buried a corpse today, Alice.
I know. I'm sorry. Why don't you sleep in the guest bedroom?
The couch is fine. The Fretlands could still come home.
Alright. Just don't come crying to me if you wake up with a crick in your neck. I'll be up for a while, if you feel like talking.
여긴 어디야?
What did you find?
Someone tried to burn this. It's addressed to
뭐야?
Mrs. Fretland. My dearest Anna. It's from her sister, Margaret. Frederick's wife. The two brothers married sisters, remember?
Yes. And it's adorable. Keep reading.
I really shouldn't.
Really? How else are we going to figure out what happened? Keep reading.
My dearest Anna, I miss you so very, very much. The baby is due soon, and I wish for our family to reunite before... It's been 7 years since the dreadful incident at the mine. Can we not convince Frederick and Johann to forgive and forget? I know there are things Frederick has not told me about what they found and why they parted ways. Their grudge is tearing us all apart. Frederick won't even let me speak to half of our neighbors, accusing them of treason. He's so very angry and full of regrets. It's eating him up. And we...
And we what?
The rest is unreadable.
Margaret reached out to her sister. But I guess it didn't work.
This was written before Simon was born, but burned recently.
가볼까요? 그러면 이제? 이거 다 봤던 거니까 너 계속 따라오고 있구나. 뭔데 이게? 책 같은데? 약간
I
태운 거.
almost forgot putting this aside when I lit the fire. A Christmas present to Ruth from Simon.
Simon gave that book to Ruth.
사이먼이 루스를 죽인 거라고 생각하고 태웠겠지 이 책을.
Or Anna, if they believed Simon killed her.
But they were friendly, right? Simon and Ruth. Before...
사이먼이 루스를 죽인 거라면 아마 사이먼이랑 루스랑 놀다가 사고로 죽은 게 아닐까요? 사이먼도
Whatever
애매.
drove a wedge between them, it was big.
아, 못 쉬냐? 아, 나도 게임 진행하고 싶어. 왜 안 떠? 저기요? 뭐 더 해야 되나요? 아, 나 미치겠네. 뭐 더 해야 되나 본데? 아, 모자 놓으라고? 이렇게 하나씩 완성하는 건가?
Betty will want these back.
I don't think it's
Not
healthy
now, please. I'm exhausted.
아, 됐다.
Quite the day, huh?
I'm ready to pass out. Where will you sleep?
I'll be up for a while. My mind's simply racing.
Don't stay up late. Wake me if you hear the Fretlands arriving.
Of course. And I'll keep my eyes open for any ghosts that might want to haunt you in your sleep.
There are no...
Hush now. Sleep.
자, 3일차로 갑시다.